Excuse me.
What the fuck is going on? But yeah, I love Cindy.
All right. Okay, thank you.
That needs to be paid back. Maybe I can get in gate 2.
The Chapman brand or Chapman?
Size and weight of the camera is usually that's where a smaller sensor makes for a smaller camera, smaller lens. It's lighter weight, they're more likely to carry move.
Eventually walk by it.
So, it doesn't ask you to press A button. There is text. Take a picture of it.
Nice to meet you. Unless you own a couple
Ito pala yung red. Yeah.
I know, so I saw it last year. That didn't come up.
That's what a standard audio thing is. Yeah, that's a
When I go into like giving live,
510 audio. This one is 510 smaller now.
I only set a maybe 645. Everything past that is now.
okay, well you need a US. Okay, what did they convert?
We'll be setting up the day that everybody's so by. And then, I mean, I hope it gets you guys to the range every week.
Yeah, we kind of saw number 2.
Excuse me. You make any of these lenses for red cameras for like the V-Raptor?
No, we just make the tripods.
The tripods. Okay.
Yeah, the lenses are all on various companies.
Okay. You guys have like a tripod for red camera, like a black and red one colored? Because I actually, we're going to have a couple of V-Raptor XLs and we want to try to figure out how to outfit it with tripods.
No, we don't have anything in red. So Sakla might be the brand.
What's the brand?
Sakla.
Sac? How do you spell that?
Sakla. SACHTLER.
Do you think they're here?
No, there aren't. They're not here. But they do red and black.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
I think that those.
Hi. Where would I find the panels?
Straight and into the left. There's a theater. It's all in there.
Thank you.
Tour.
Excuse me.
Dude, are you in town next weekend?
How you guys doing?
First order.
I'll show you. Here's the thing.
Sheesh.
We have something to say, man.
Hello.
You're going to the lens guy?
I was actually looking at the tripod. We got a Komodo and a V-Raptor, so we're looking for a red and black tripod.
Oh, it's got to be red and black. Okay.
Yeah, and they said there was only one manufacturer that had red and black stuff, but they didn't mention this guy.
Well, regardless of the color, it's a very good tripod.
What's the manufacturer? Oh, that's what they said. Okay, yeah. And they're not here though. That's what they said. They weren't here at the Cynic. How much do you think a unit like that costs?
Depends. For the Raptor, you may want to go with a bigger head, and maybe a.
Yeah, we definitely want a bigger head because we.
Bull.
Yeah.
But this supports nearly everything. I've been using huge lenses on it. But yeah, it's very convenient, especially because there's no screw underneath.
What model is this here?
Sorry, it's the Flowtech sticks.
Flowtech sticks. Okay.
Flowtech, and then it's the Active 8.
Okay, so Who are you representing here?
I've got my patent here. It's the lens cuff. It allows you to attach motors directly onto the lens, and so it eliminates all external off-axis forces that would skip gear teeth or bump the lens or damage the mechanics of the lens itself.
Okay.
Yeah.
So will it work with the Red app to connect all the cameras together? So
No, it's a mechanical solution.
so
It's
it's
this
still
thing.
manual. So
it's this thing. It goes around the lens.
so it's like is it like an autofocus or a manual focus?
No, no,
Full
it's-
color?
Okay, so it's this bracket. It goes around the lens,
Okay, so it goes around the lens.
and it
And
creates a closed system between the lens and the motors. You know, follow focus motors. So it creates a closed system between those and eliminates all external off-axis forces that would cause all these problems. It's this thing. There's nothing electronic. It's just instead.
How
of
much is
being-
what's the price point on that guy?
It's 500 apiece, and it's made of an aluminum superalloy. So it can withstand temperatures from -80 all the way to 150 degrees Celsius. So it won't contract or
Okay,
damage your lens.
so we're starting out with a group of folks who are learning how to use all the Red cameras
Yeah.
from the the Raptor all the way down the Komodo. What would be the function of that system
Well,
to helping us
here's
being?
the thing. If you're using mirrorless lenses, if you're using RF lenses directly, then there's no way to lock down the lens. So
Yeah.
I suppose you've seen that there's some play. So by creating a closed system between the lens and the motors, there's nothing external affecting it. Let me show you.
So we've got the Canon RF mounts for our.
Oh, if you've got electronic lenses, then it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Okay. So this.
Again, it's to attach motors to the lens.
Got it. So about $500. Okay. And so this would be just an extra way of making sure you get stability for.
Well, it's the only way that you won't get your lens bumped. But here's the thing. Look, there would be no other way you can do a zoom rack as fast as this. Look at the monitor.
Oh wow.
If you observe the lens itself, there's no bumping of the lens when you shake or anything.
So the units-
same
the
goes
units
for
five-
focus, but I'm showing the zoom because it's more evident.
Right. So how much is this unit that would connect to this piece?
Oh, you mean the follow focus system?
Yeah.
That's not. It doesn't have to do with the lens cuff. It's my patent. The lens cuff is motor, camera, and lens agnostic. So you can use it on any Cine lens. That's got years.
Wow. That was
But
cool.
this system goes for $10,000.
$10,000. Okay.
But you can buy a follow focus system for $300.
That can do the same thing you just did
Yeah.
electronically. I mean,
Yeah. There's a Tilt Nano, which is the cheapest one.
which system is this?
This is C-Motion.
C-Motion. This is about 10 grand, 10K.
I'm sorry.
This is about 10,000. You said?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's about 8 for the remote, and then another 1.5 to 2 grand for each motor.
Wow. Well, I've got a couple of my students coming. I'm going to make sure that we come back by so they can see this and figure out when we get our production budget. We can come see it. You got a card?
Yeah, sure. No, I'm based in Greece, but it's represented, distributed by Riva Cine.
Rivarsina. Okay.
You can find me on the website. There's a list with the distributors.
Okay. And what's your name?
Greg.
Greg?
Yeah.
And what's the name of your company again? Lens Cuff? Lens Cuff. All right. Thanks, Greg. All right. Thank you.
Nice meeting you.
All right, now.
Intense, right? If you put a filter in, it automatically knows
a couple hours.
It's just so important to, even if you're not getting any sleep, you just find a way to see it through and know that our names are going on in the credits, even if you look on the screen, television, and it's 110%, really, at least. And I just, another obsession, which was just realizing, so I was walking over here, you know, there's demonstrations, and I'm seeing monitors that don't match, and it, you know, and it's like, hi, can I fix that monitor? I can't help myself. So
Excuse me, is
clearly,
anybody sitting here?
we're priming a film or an episode. It's so important. We are obsessed, and we're working toward this goal that fortunately now television does appreciate the medium, the cinematography, you know, that we all strive so hard to keep, you know, out there in lighting and composition, camera movement or not. And, you know, why else would we be working these crazy hours? Because we're all perfectionists. And it's really hard when there's so many voices and we still have to hold our own and, you know, say what's on our mind. And take the consequences as they come.
Just to second what Nancy's saying as a cinematographer that also has been working in television, I think, you know, you do really have to fight to be involved, and you have to be sometimes very annoying and advocating. And I think what I always try to remind myself is that, you know, they have hired you as a cinematographer to protect the integrity of the image, and if you're not going to stand up for it, who is? But that being said, I think it's really important to find collaborators in directors and producers that also share similar sensibilities so that you're all in the fight together.
And to add to that, like what Adam said, I mean, I am also in television as well. And we all have to remember that we're all filmmakers, and first and foremost, the most important thing as cinematographers, you know, a lot of we don't go into the job going, okay, what cool shot am I going to do? It's about the story, and it's always about the story. And in the world of television, as Nancy and both Adam said, it's really fast and furious, but still, there's a story. And so when I'm working with my showrunners, I show them how much I'm invested in the story and the trajectory of the story. And then that shows them that, you know, we need this person. Regardless of whatever technology comes into play, this person is part of our storytelling, our visual storytelling. And so I'm constantly talking to showrunners and directors all about story. You know, like, why are we doing this shot? Is it because this person is going through this personal thing or whatever? I feel like that shot is going to show that emotion. Because, again, we have to remember it always comes down to story, and that is the one thing that's going to allow us to stay in the position that we are in if we are dedicated to the story.
Yeah, I think it depends on who you work with too. I've had to struggle to get into post-production, and a lot of times there'll be a post-production producer, somebody will, or an editor will take over your work, and you have to insert yourself, absolutely. I've had a good experience recently with Netflix. They've been very supportive creatively. We have a strong production team, so I feel supported, trusted. I feel very lucky to be there. My color timer Pankaj is out here somewhere. He's an amazing guy, and it's just often him and I working together in post at his suite and drinking lattes and color timing the show. So I feel very lucky. So it depends on who you're working with, for sure, but it's so important.
Thanks, Jim. We have somebody else. Can you give your name and are you a cinematographer?
Yeah, hi, I'm Hannah. I work in the industry and I shoot as much as I can. I'm usually a second. Thank you for spending your time with us. What is it like being a woman DP in this industry, and do you have any advice for like young women coming up? Like, it's cool that these voices are getting championed, but it definitely feels like it's a newer push when it's been so male dominated, and sometimes feels like you can just run into a wall based on very like aesthetic things that don't really attribute to your work and necessarily who you are as a creative. So I don't know if you guys have any advice.
I'll answer that. No.
Just do it, honestly. I mean, just do it. Who cares? I mean, if you love it, just do it. And I mean, that's kind of, yes, I'm not gonna lie to you that there's obstacles and there's gonna be people there that are going to second guess you and look at you and assume that you're not the DP, but you're somebody else. Like hair and makeup. Or whatever. Yeah, but you know what? It doesn't matter. Who cares? You are the cinematographer, and you tell them that. And if this is what you love, do it, and it'll get you through. I mean, I'll be honest with you, like yeah. I mean, it's not easy, and I'll tell you right now. And I said earlier, I'm obsessed with spreadsheets. Obsessed with spreadsheets, but you do have to work 1,000% more, honestly. But it only makes you better. It's not doing double work. It's not doing triple work. It only makes you better because then people see you. And I mean, so that is part of the job. But yeah, just do it. Nancy is like,
Well, I'm still here. Every one of you are going to have ups and downs. I mean, who predicted, especially the last 15 months and before that, the pandemic? I mean, but you know what? You just have to keep going, just like Sandra said. I don't know what else. I mean, I even went to a therapist, kind of counseled, well, what's your plan B? I don't have a plan B, and I'm proud of it, and you know, that's what it takes. Yes, there are obstacles, but I know from many years that if I don't get a particular job that I thought I was perfect for, there is a reason, and there's always another job. And we always talk about how we really want balance in our life. Okay, so maybe now the scale tipped in the other direction in the last couple of years. But you have to still live and find your creative inspiration out in the world, nature, art, photography, whatever, and human beings, cooking, gardening, whatever. And try to find that balance even when it will get busy again, I know it. So for women, yes, I still go on jobs where people say, I've never worked with a woman cinematographer. That is the reality. We're doing better in television now, as our women directors have had it hard as well. It's hard for guys. I mean, it's hard for everyone. So just be grateful when you get to work and make those relationships count. And know that you're just also feeding other people's obsession by being there. of service. You know, we are cinematographers, we're not the director. Some of us are directing, but you're there to serve them, or a showrunner, or a writer, you know, creator, and have that respect. And yeah, it will happen. The more people are talking about, it's not just women, it's all diverse groups right now that are trying to get more attention, but it's still really a closed world, and we're gonna break down those barriers, all of it.
I'll just add to that, which is find your people, find the people, find other storytellers and artists who are hiring diverse crews, not just department heads, but across the board. And I've been incredibly lucky. I work a lot with a director named John and Chu, and we met in college. We met 25 years ago, and he's Asian, and he makes it a point to make sure he hires people of all genders and backgrounds, so that, I think, find your people is the most important part. And I did a movie called Tick Tick Boom, and Lin-Manuel Miranda directed it, and I'd never been on a movie with so much gender parity in my entire life. And it was one of the first times I sat in a scout bus, and there were fewer men than women. So yeah, just figure out who you want to create with, and directors need cinematographers who want to join their journey, right? They can't just, directors don't just make a movie by themselves. They need a team of people around them. And so start to find who those team members are.
Thank you guys.